Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to all. Okay, so today we will continue our class session with a new subtopic of discounting and compounding. So this topic, okay, will cover on what is compounding, what is discounting, and also the differences between discounting and compounding factor. So what is compounding? Okay, so by looking at this term, okay, so maybe we can imagine that it's like a growing or a spending, okay, or increasing, all right, or doubling, all right, okay. So that's compounding from what we think, okay, by looking at the terms. However, so let's look on the definition. So, okay, compounding, okay, according to the Business Dictionary 2018, is commonly demonstrates as the growth of the investment, so either monthly or yearly basis. So, yeah, it's similar as what we imagined before. Okay, so it's a growth of the investment. All right, so let's look on the example. Okay, let's say investors invest 1,000 today. All right, and so we he want to know, okay, how much the money that's compounding, okay, after 5 years of investment with 10% of interest, right? So how much the money? So this is the situation where compounding factor is, happened. Okay, whereby your money you invest today. Okay, so how much it is compounding or it is increasing. Okay, growing. Okay, for the future. For these situations, okay, um, the investors keep 1,000 in the bank with the compounding interest received at 10%, okay, in 5 years' time. So the money will be compounded to RM 1,610 ringgit and 51 cents. So here you can see that 1,000 now become 1,600. So it's compounding. All right. So that's the situations of compounding factor. Okay, so next, what is discounting? So when we look at this term, so what do you think? Discounting? So it's like a discount. So it shows it may be reducing, okay? Reducing or it may be less, becoming less, okay? All right, so let's look the definitions. So discounting according to Business Dictionary 2018, okay, may be defined as multiplying an amount by a discount rate to compute its present value or the discounted value. So yeah, it's same with what we think. So it is a discounting. So it means that the discounted value. All right, so let's look on the example. Okay, the situations. All right, okay, so here investors, okay, um, planned, okay, to receive or to get 1,600 ringgit and 51 cent, all right, after 5 years of investment. Okay, so with 10% of interest, so how much of the money that he need to keep, he need to save, okay, or he need to invest today in order to get 1,600 ringgit and 51 cents. All right, so this is the situation whereby the discounting happens. Okay, all right. So the amount to keep aside today in order to get 1,610 ringgit and 51 cent after 5 years of investment is RM 1,000. So can you see this? The amount is reducing or discounting. The value is discounting. Okay. All right. So this is the situation whereby the discounting factors exist or required. All right. Okay, so next we look on the differences between discounting and compounding factors. Okay, so first we look on the definitions. Okay, the difference between the definition of compounding factors and discounting factors. So for compounding, it is the amount of interest received at the end of the period of investments and calculated using the original amount of investment. So compounding is more towards that you invest and then you calculated the amount at the end of the period of investment. So that's a compounding factor. So the money that you invest today will be compounding. All right. So for discounting factors, it is the amount of money required to invest today in order to get certain amount of return in the future. So you have no the amount of in the future, and now you want to calculate the amount should be invested today. So of course, for surely the amount should be smaller than what you expected. Okay, so that's discounting. Okay, so when investors want to know the amount of investment in the future, so these three formula can be used for compounding factors. So either it is amount of ringgit or amount of ringgit per annum or annual sinking funds. While when investors want to know the required amount of the investment today, so these three formula can be used for discounting factors, which is present value, years purchase, and annuity. All right. Okay, so we continue on the differences between discounting and compounding. So this one is more towards the formula. Okay, so this detailed explanation is about the formula to compare between discounting and compounding factors. Okay, so first we look on the amount of ringgit and present value. Alright, so the amount of ringgit concept and present value it's actually opposite each other. Whereby amount of ringgit, so we invest okay at the early stage of investments and then the money will be compounding okay after certain years then we will get the returns okay a compounding returns. All right, so for present value so it's opposed whereby okay the investors already aims expected to get the some amount of money some amount of return from the investment and they want to calculate so how much the money should be should to invest okay today in order to get for the expected amount. So of course it is a discounting factors whereby the amount that should be invested should be lower than what they expected. All right. So next examples is amount ringgit per annum. So, okay, so this one is shows that the investors invest every year, and then at the end of the investment period, so we will calculate the compounding amount of the investment. All right. So for years purchase, okay. This one is opposed to the amount ringgit per annum, whereby, okay, so the investors will receive, okay, every year or every month, okay, return from the investments. However, we want to calculate the amount of that particular return or income that we receive in the future for today. Okay, so we want to calculate the expected amount to be received okay every year okay but we want to calculate all the total amounts today so of course it will be um, it is a discounting factors all right because of the amount will be smaller okay or reducing okay comparing to the total amount received, because of the value of money today is with the value of the money in the future, it is difference. All right. Okay, so next is annual sinking fund and annuity. All right, so annual sinking funds is the amounts that you deposited every year, okay, in order to get a certain amount um, in the future, okay, whereby normally the sinking fund is used to as a fund, for in a property investment is more towards um, to buy some things, okay, equipments or what, okay, whatsoever, okay. So the deposited money will be compounding, all right, so in order to achieve the expected amount, okay. While for the annuity, okay, so we calculate the amount of um, should be the amounts that will be covered for coming returns. All right. So we calculate the present value. Okay. Okay, so class, okay, so this three is the most important formula for investment calculation that you will see, okay, after this, okay, because after this you'll need to calculate, okay, the investment valuation, okay. So these three formula actually is very, very important because of present value, okay, and years purchase, these are discounting factors. That's I could say that this is, you will see this, okay, a few times in the calculation of investment, especially on the conventional parts, okay, and also annual sinking funds, okay, especially in the leasehold property investment valuation. All right. Okay, so whatever it is, these three formula you need to clearly um, understand it, okay. Even though this semester you will not use this directly, okay, so because we will use the Paris tables, okay, Paris valuations table, okay. However, this formula you need to remember in order to counter check your calculation, okay. So with that, I thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi